In the shadow of decay I rise, Typhus the herald beneath poison skies. With Nurgle's rot I lay walls to waste, the Reaper's scythe no life can escape. Beneath the flies, beneath the filth I spread the plague with a twisted will. From festering wounds, corruption grows in the heart of death, God where despair flows. I am the harbinger, the bringer of disease. In Nurgle's name I spread death with ease. Pestilence walks with me hand in hand, rivers of filth drown the land. I am Typhus, master of decay. In the name of ruin I claim the day. Light crumbles to dust. Wherever I tread, rot consumes the just. Space hulks reek of a foul rebirth, carriers of plague across the cursed earth. Beneath the flies, beneath the filth I spread the plague with a twisted will. From festering wounds, corruption grows in the heart of death, God where despair flows. I am the harbinger, the bringer of disease. In Nurgle's name I spread death with ease. Pestilence walks with me hand in hand, rivers of filth drown the land. I am Typhus, master of decay. In the name of ruin I claim the day. The Imperium's light crumbles to dust. Wherever I tread, rot consumes the just. Space hulks reek of a foul rebirth, carriers of plague across the cursed earth. Beneath the flies, beneath the filth I spread the plague with a twisted will. From festering wounds, corruption grows in the heart of death, God where despair flows. I am the harbinger, the bringer of disease. In Nurgle's name I spread death with ease. Pestilence walks with me hand in hand, rivers of filth drown the land. I am Typhus, master of decay. In the name of ruin I claim the day. Plagueburst howl, the gassing walls, the pestilent tides, new life is born. Nurgle's passing, a twisted grace. I erase your heart in my cold embrace. Fear the plague fleet, fear the end. No salvation, no let to defend. I am Typhus, reaper of dread. Bow to Nurgle, embrace the dead.
Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to an episode of Discuss Music Podcast. Dave's not taking it too well. He's been on the wine a bit today. I don't think he's feeling too great. Dave, wake up! Oh god, I can hear my own thing. I can hear my own thing. I've got it playing in the background. I'm an idiot. I had it playing some monitors. I'm a monk. Well, that went wrong. Hi Dave, how you doing?
Yeah, what's all right? Has anything happened today?
Little bit changes, Dave. I know you thought it was a nightmare, but unfortunately, those points nerfs have come in, Dave. They are quite real. And
it was just a hangover dream, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't just a hangover dream, Dave.
Okay.
Unfortunately, those nerfs were very real, and they have hurt a little bit. You know, they've caused some pain.
Right, just give me a minute.
Yeah, no worries. You just get yourself another glass. I'm sure that'll help. You good, Dave? You good?
Yeah, hang on. Hair of the dog.
Hair of the dog.
Oh, Okay.
Okay,
Back
go
in
on.
the game. Here we
So,
are, people.
do you want to explain what's happened today to everyone, Dave?
Hello, everybody. Are you all right? Good to see you. 179 people are here for a discussion about the fact that finally we've been asking for it. The entire community has been asking for it, to be honest. Death Guard and a few other people got some points changes, and those changes were pretty impactful, I would say. And we are here this evening to talk about that and what we think. So, yeah, I mean, I think, what did we have? We had us, we had, with a lot of red in our book, we had Imperial Knights with a lot of red in their book, and we had Chaos Knights with a lot of red in their book.
A lot of red being spread around for everyone, really, Dave.
Yeah.
I'm just going to quickly get the actual thing up and actually get to fit the stream. That'd be nice. So, yeah, as Dave mentioned, kind of to no one's real surprise. Kind of conveniently worked because I couldn't make stream yesterday, so to actually get it today was actually kind of coincidentally quite good. I actually didn't have any forward knowledge on this. I had a weird feeling that it was coming though. But yeah, we've been nerfed. There's been an emergency balance data slate. No, it's not a balance data slate. That's very important.
No, it's not. It's not. It's an MFM.
It is a emergency MFM update to Death Guard, Chaos Knights, and Imperial Knights because we have been doing very good, very good.
Yes.
A bit too good over the past couple. Has it been like 2 or 3 months?
Yeah.
So we have the Virtue coming in saying, I just finished eating my tub of ice cream. Thank you for the $2 super chat. Appreciate it. But yeah, so also good to see everyone in chat. I'll just quickly catch up with everyone there. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for the gifted membership. Really appreciate it. Again, if you don't guys know, this is the Discussing Resilient podcast. Maybe you're new here. Welcome to the stream. We are basically a Death Guard focused channel. All we do is talk about Death Guard. We were here way before Death Guard got good, and we'll be here way after Death Guard get nerfed or go back to being terrible or stay at the top. We don't know. So if you enjoy the content, feel free to leave a like and subscribe. If you really enjoy the content, consider becoming a member, which supports us and allows us to keep doing what we're doing by hitting the join button below. $2.99 a month, less than the cost of coffee, gets you into our Discord, gets you into our giveaways, all that stuff. And of course, once you are in the Discord, you will never be kicked out of the Discord. So if you want to just join, it's a single cost $2.99, you're in, then you can cancel your payment, whatever you want to do. So it's mainly just to stop like trolls and robots getting in. That's the main thing. But yeah, we've got Chuck and Ori coming in, member for 10 months. Nerfs? What nerfs? All I see is a new difficulty level. What a great attitude to have. That's a great way of looking at it. Diappy about to get Oscars for these intro skits. I screwed that one up then, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think we are there, Mr. Oliver. And Scott Lambert as well. Thank you so much for becoming a Plague Marine. Really appreciate the support there. Thank you so much. So, as we said,
Scott became a Blight Lord.
Oh, did I not say Blight Lord? Did I say Plague Marine? Sorry,
I think it's a Plague Marine.
My bad.
Sorry if you did.
So this is just a points update. Now this could potentially mean that there is going to be more changes to come in the actual balanced data slate, which we'll talk about. We'll get. It could be. It could not be. We've always said on this channel, we've been saying nerfs be needed for a while, but at no point did we particularly feel like we need too many rules changes. Again, we'll talk about the elephant in the room when we get there to it. But for right now, obviously, we're going to look at points changes. So very quickly, because I don't really give too much of a crap about them. Chaos Knights and Imperial Knights got taken down with us. They got some quite big point increase on the Knights, plus 40s in places. Nice to see the Atropos get absolutely done diddled. Going up to 40 as well. The Carnival catching a stray here as well at 150.
Yeah, a bit unnecessary, I think.
Yeah, a little bit unnecessary there. I don't think the Carnival was a problem, but who knows. Wartborn Stalker, I'm glad that thing went up. That is a stupid enhancement for the 10 points it was. Like the literal uppy downy on a knight plus deep strike. Okay. Like for 10 points, we had to play 20, like 5 or 30 for Wartborn Talisman.
30 for yeah. And yeah.
So kind of happy to see that thing get fixed. In general, I think this just should mean basically less knights on the table. The 5 big knights, Chaos Knights list is pretty much dead, which I'm kind of glad about. It should never have been that way in the first place, so I'm happy to see that. I still don't like knights. I still think they're going to be okay. Hopefully just not as oppressive to the game as previous. And then onto the Imperial Knight boys. Again, there's us. We'll go past that big sea of red there. Imperial Knights got, again, all the stuff went up about 30 to 40-ish. Canis somehow only going up 35. No idea how he's under 425. He should at least be 45 minimum. But again, they're also catching a random Armager stray there. bringing the armor up. Which
I think they've clocked them. I think those guys have caught a few strays just because as the lists change, they're like, okay, but what we don't want you now to do is to just now overly spam those.
True. That's fair. So yeah, I mean, Knights going up, it's good. Hopefully see less and less Knights on the top table because they were a problem alongside us. Will it actually do enough? I've not seen the Imperial Knights breaking down yet, so I imagine it's not horrendous. Hopefully it just takes one of those big Knights off the board, stops people spamming the Atropos.
Yeah,
but
definitely
I imagine we're still going to see Knights being strong.
Yeah.
I also agree, Tal. I think Necrons should have also gone up just because I hate Necrons. So any point increase on Necrons is very fun to me. So let's head to our boys. So here we are. We have arrived at the Sea of Red. It's quite a bit of Sea of Red. So very quick, I'm just going to kick up the chat, and then I'll let you, Dave. You got it open. You can take some of the changes there. So very quickly, under 100 calories with a picture of a cake. You fucking wish, mate. Thank you so much for becoming a Deathshroud member. Really appreciate that support, mate. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Josh Cleverly as well also sent one gifted membership again. Thank you so much, and congratulations to Trevor who managed to pick that one up there. So go on then, Mr. Dave. Do you want to take us from the top?
Yeah, should we start at the top? So the our Mr. BP, the Biologus Putrifier. So he's gained a 15-point increase to 60.
Very quickly for chat, should we do this? Like, should we go through all the points, or should we talk about the point exchange, talk about the unit? And what do you think about?
Yeah, I was just thinking the same thing might be a good idea. I'm just going to open a few lists as well. That
you've already been cooking, Dave. You're already in the kitchen.
Yeah, well, no, just as in whilst this is going through, because I think that's a good idea. So yeah, all right. So the Biologus Putrifier, he's gone up by 15 points. As a percentage, that's 25% pretty much. So like it's fairly high. What he does is attaches to Plague Marines and allows you to attach another leader to the squad as well. And what he's basically doing is giving the unit kind of crits on 5.
Yeah.
So when you then have him there, so he's a very powerful unit. I mean, for 60 points, he's still doing a pretty good job. If you're running Plague Marines, I don't think you're not now taking him. It's not done the worst damage in the world to him. What you might not do is maybe now when you build the rest of the army is you can have 2 of these with 2 Plague Marine units on the table. Perhaps not, depends which detachment you're running. But a powerful character in our army. Also got a good grenade and shooting. So yeah, it's a decent character. So, but yeah, first one to catch 15 points.
Yeah, I don't think it really changes. Like 45 for him. We were all confused when we got the book, me and you, Dave, because we were like, why is the best Virion the cheapest? So to be honest, this going to 60 points is really not expecting. Now, the one thing this does kind of change in my head is Final Ingredient, because that on top of him now makes him an 80-point character. Yeah, that kind of stings. But at the same time, like Final Ingredient is very warping to how the game plays and whatnot, and if it does go off, it can be game ending in some situations. So to be honest, I'm going to sit here and be like, here's a character that gives all these amazing buffs. Oh, and by the way, if he kills a single character of yours in close combat, my entire army gets second Contagion. When I actually say that out loud and then think about 80 points, I'm like, okay, if that's not too bad. That's still fair. I don't think this guy changes.
It does drastically raise from the original price point of 45. It's quite a big jump.
It is, but I don't think this is going to stop anyone taking him.
No, I agree.
Crit 5s, lethal on everything, including your plasma melter and stuff, and all the synergy that
shooting,
has. It's the synergy as well, like the Plague Caster to give crit sustain 5s, or then you go into like champions and then you have like they have crit 5s as a strat anyway, but still, like the full rerolls on anything just makes this guy crazy. So like, is the Biologus Putrifier like too expensive to put in your list? No,
you're still not at all.
Him. One thing I will say is interesting though is I think if you play champions, there's an argument to now just drop him and just run a caster in a squad of Plague Marines and just use the strat for the crit 5s. Now you do obviously lose lethal on the plasmas and the melters and whatnot there, but if you're running like a melee focused squad, you can just like run crit 5s with a sorcerer, spend the CP for it. You do obviously lose access to the fight first strategy with only one character in there, but if points are coming cheap, coming tight, and you had originally like 2 Biologus Putrifiers in 2 squads of 10 Plague Marines, you could technically drop them, and now you still have access to crit 5s, and you're saving yourself 120 points from those 2 guys. So like, it's an option, but in general, he's still really good. I still think he's going to be showing up in a lot of lists. So especially because one thing that didn't get nerfed is Plague Marines. I know we're going to talk about what did get nerfed, but Plague Marines.
Yeah, that's definitely a big one.
They didn't get touched, so The characters supporting them got a bit touched, but Plague Marines themselves, if anyone has actually gone out the way and played like a 30 Plague Marine build, that shit's gross. Like, it's genuinely really strong. So I think that might be a place we potentially pivot to. But again, we'll get to that in time. So go on, Dave. What's the next one?
Yeah, so next one of my babies, the Deathshroud Terminators. So I've gone up both 20 points for the 3 model unit, and I've gone up 20 for the 6. As I said to you just before we went on air, I was immediately worried when I saw 3 had gone up by 20 that 6 was going to get 40 or something stupid. So I'm really really glad about that. But what I will say is that 6 for 20 points more, is that going to, as a hardcore Deathshroud player, is that going to stop me taking a 6-man in the list that I was taking a 6-man in? Absolutely not.
No, I think honestly, if you were taking 6-man now, you basically they upped the points to the unit overall, and they took away the 3-man discount, which we've always said should never been there.
We always said should have happened. Yeah,
like
yeah.
3-mans were technically like better because they were easier to drop, less of a commitment. So they are now about 53 recurring, 0.3 recurring points a model, which isn't particularly cheap, but it's not exactly like breaking the bank still, especially for what they do. They're an amazing delivery system still for your character. We'll talk about the character that's going to join them because he's gone up as well. But 20 points on it, it does mean that if you were running the quite common, what you see is the 3x3, that is 60 points on a list there. Now, we guessed that Deathshroud would go up like 10. Like, we said Deathshroud would go up like 10, probably, because it's taking 3s, that's 30-point hit. So if you're taking multiples now, it really just starts to add up. But I don't think like you're going to like... You might... One thing I've been looking at my list is the 3rd squad of Deathshroud is the thing now I debate.
Yes.
2 is still not even really a debate in my head. It's still 2 is like in the list pretty much. Even at the 20 points increase, just the fact it gives you 6-inch deep strike, which is a trick that Death Guard have that like no one else really have 6-inch deep strike and charge. It's quite unique to us. I mean, obviously there are alpha armies that can do it, but ours is quite easy to trigger. Just have Contagion. So I'm totally fine with this. Like again, 20 points up, they still hit pretty damn hard. They're quite durable. It depends on the detachment. It can help them be even more durable. But yeah, again, I don't think these guys are being cut from your list. They're definitely not priced out of the game. I think if they go up a bit more, they might start getting a bit.
Yeah.
But at 160, like I can still stomach that. That's still fine. So
especially as no rules changes.
Yes, as it stands, with no rules changes and a 6-inch deep strike and charge, they are still very, very good. So
yeah, I would still happily get set up in a similar way I would have been to get a 6-man into someone's face with a 6-inch charge in, like for 20 points more. I mean, like I said, that's just for this unit. We'll get into the other one in a bit. That's that's I'm not too unhappy about that.
Yeah, like you'll find room for that.
Yeah, you definitely will. I mean, look. So next one, let's get into the drones. So the standard drone has gone up 10 points, which is I wasn't sure that was going to happen.
Yeah.
But I can see. I think in a similar way to where we saw the Armiger and the War Dog catcher stray on the Carnival side, and that is perhaps they're going, well, if you're not going to spam, that heavy Blight Launcher drone, maybe we're just going to do something to maybe slightly deter you spamming 3 spitters or 3 flesh mowers.
Yeah, I think this is the one that probably so I feel like this was a nerf done because of the fact that we can take so many of because they split the profiles out. Like this unit has not changed since Index, and it was 90 points then, and it was fine, and it was 90 points now, and it was fine. This is not a horrendous unit. The problem is, it's an element of the cheap hull spam list, and I think that's what they really want to bury. Is this cheap hull spam? Because if we look at Mortarion's hammer list, they went like 255 points. And the second like these ones stay cheaper, people sub these in for like hauls and stuff, so they had to kind of raise it with the hauls. I don't think it got nerfed because of how it was doing. Like it's still really cheap at 90 points. Even at 100 it's still good. Yeah. Like, I don't feel like it's a bad unit at all. It's a good unit. I just feel like this one was more a preemptive nerf to stop pivoting straight into those, rather than like a nerf because the Foetid Bloat-drone is overpowered. Like I don't think the Foetid Bloat-drone is a problematic unit as much as the other ones are. I just think like again it was preemptive to say like, hey, we just want you to there's no point raising 10 points on a different unit if then people can just sub out something that's 10 points cheaper elsewhere, because they'll just do that and the list is exactly the same pretty much. So yeah, fair enough on that one. But then we got the Foetid Bloat-drone with the heavy Blight Launcher. This one went up 20 points. Now The community
20%
was all hot about this one. I'm pretty sure we said 20 points is about right.
Yeah.
And then you had community saying it should be 140, which is a joke. Like, at 140, you just don't take the damn thing.
Utterly dead in the water at that point.
Dead. Even at 130, like, I'm starting to, like, just not debate taking it. 120 to 115, yeah, that seems about right. That seems about right.
Yep.
120 is fine.
Yeah, for what it does, and just for if anyone is new in here, this is a 10-inch moving fly, 36-inch range, AP2, flat 3, strength 10 weapon that's D6 plus 2 and can benefit from Lord of Virulence looking at something and going, I want to re-roll my hits against you. So this thing is not, it's for what it does. For even at 120 points is good. At 100 points, it was pretty powerful.
Pretty
but
cracked,
I think interestingly, we saw the community come off the hype relatively quickly, hype curve off this one, and basically we're like everyone was on it, and there was still some in list, but it definitely wasn't the perma 3 spam that we thought it was maybe going to be at Codex release.
Yeah, so we all dropped it to 2. It's still a very good unit. Like, there was no doubt it was a good unit. It's a great unit. The problem is its reliability. D6 plus 2 is super swingy, especially when you're not getting blast, and you have turns where you're not playing VV and you can't reroll the shots. And you line up 3 to shoot into a knight, and you go 1-1-2 on your shots. You're like, cool, nothing.
It's happened.
Like, it happens. Like, so that's why it can't really go to 140, because again, you can just roll the 1 and then you're like, cool. It's like, it becomes super casino cannon-y. And when it gets to the 140, like, you just start looking at Predators instead, because the Predator has a flat amount of shots, which is just more reliable at that point. Obviously not as good on the AP and stuff, but we have ways to, like, get around that. So this thing going to 120, again, really hurts anyone that was spamming 3. That's 60 points. That's not a joke. That's, like, basically just losing a straight-up a Poxwalker unit right there. But I don't expect this to be dropped from list again. I think we might see people drop down to 2. I can see 2 being common. I think you basically make a decision now where you either want to keep your 3 drones, which is fine, but you have to sacrifice some scoring units somewhere here or there, or you basically go, cool, I'll bite the bullet, I drop down to 2 drones from 3 drones, and then you actually end up picking up a scoring unit, because if you take 3 drones, you're over 60 on what you used to be. If you take 2 drones instead, you're down 60 what you used to be. So then you can use those points to make up for other changes or getting a scoring unit. So I still think you're going to see them, just because, again, the small base, efficient, fast little things that can do quite a lot of damage with a decent roll. And they're definitely not dead in the water, but I'd say if you start putting up any more, you probably start pushing it where I'm just not going to take the thing, because I can't be spending 140 points on a model that could potentially roll 3 shots. Like,
I'd rather take if getting into that territory, the Predator Destructor's coming back on the table every time in that situation.
5 more points.
I don't know about you, but I would certainly play, like, on some of the new terrain, if like where you've got like an objective marker down, say bottom left, I'd stick maybe like the Tallyman on that, and then a drone next to him. So actually, you're like, if I push then some Poxwalkers out or something, if you come and get them, the drone's just going to slide out and hit you with a whole load of damage free. So there's still definitely places in the places for it. But yeah, I agree. I think at 120, it's still in the mix.
Yeah. Very quickly, Mr. McGiblets, great name by the way. Thank you very much for becoming a Plague Marine, mate. Really appreciate it. Again, once you become a member, go to our YouTube channel homepage. There'll be a button that says See Perks. If you click that button, you'll find a link to get onto the Discord. Just bear that in mind. Once you're on Discord, go to your Discord settings, connections, link your YouTube to your Discord, and it will unlock the full server for you. John D, thank you for calling Deathshroud, mate. Again, really appreciate the support. Thank you so much, buddy. Really appreciate it. Arnold Gans, €2 super chat. New points. Are we going to get a new codex as well? No. New codex won't be till next edition, mate. These are just balance updates. There's definitely no new codex coming. Promise you that one. Cass Kelly Burke, $7.77. Thought that would be more. Thought it would be more, to be honest. My VV list went up 155 with minus the enhancements. I took out 2 Myphitic Blight-haulers and a Tallyman, gained a spawn. Rules changes could happen. They could, but again, like most people are already adapting, as you said there. Like, it's not an unnoticeable nerf, but it's like definitely manageable. NecrosDB, $2 super chat. Do you think we will get a round 2 of nerfs? I could see a certain detachment potentially, and again, it depends how we do. But I think right now they'll see it. They'll just let us be as we are and just see how the water goes. And if it's still oppressive, then yeah, they'll probably obviously come back. Very quickly,
how many? Oh God, I was going to say how many? Can you see that number at the top of the screen?
Holy shit, 300 viewers. Hell hi, everybody. How you doing?
Good evening, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to like, comment, subscribe.
Will Riley. So I'm a go off at you here, Will. Apologies. I know you're one of our members, but for every person that says it's basically a better exocrine for 10 points less, no, it's not. Okay. It has 1 better strength. It has lethal hits. Nice. The Exocrine, though, can get lethal and sustained in a certain detachment for 1, but it's tougher. It has higher toughness, it has more wounds, okay? And it also has a relevant rule. Anything it hits, the army gets real ones to hit against. The bloat drone, the heavy bloat drone, does not have a datasheet rule. Tell me now if you've ever remembered to use that rule, because it doesn't do anything. If you're shooting at something that's in Contagion, chances are everything near it's already in Contagion.
Yeah.
So it is very good. It is very good, but it is not an Exocrine. And Exocrines are also grossly undercosted for what they do. So be careful wishing that you want these things to be priced Exocrines, because your Exocrine will go up in points. Don't you wish for that, Mr. Will. But then next up we got the Foul Blightspawn. Again, weird kind of touching astray here.
Yeah.
So going up 15 points to 75. This is probably the one I don't think really was needed.
I agree.
I mean, I guess they're trying to preemptively like stop us just pivoting to because
I think they are.
I think the problem is GW, and I even heard it said on X-Screens do have an extra OP. Yeah, they do. You. On Art of War, they said they were talking before, and again, no shade at Art of War here, but again, it's just something they said that like stuck out to me. They said the reason the Foul Blightspawn went up is to hurt the main combo of Plague Arena, which is Biologus Putrifier and Foul Blightspawn. I'm just like, is it? I'm pretty sure it's Plaguecaster and Biologus Putrifier.
That's not the main combo. Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure it's Biologus Putrifier and Caster.
Yeah.
But again, this in account with the Biologus Putrifier, that's now up 30 points in that Plague Marine unit. Now that is pain. That is at that point that is a bit much now. Like that is expensive. Now the good news is you've not really been seeing that combo. And the thing is,
no.
The Foul Blightspawn is very specific in what he does for the army, which is the 9-inch aura of basically
cannot advance, can't end an advance.
Yeah, cannot get in there. So there is like the tech option for solo in him, like 75 points, have a nice aura of that. But I feel like if there's a point where you're gonna want to take a Foul Blightspawn, it's because the meta has shifted to a melee meta, in which case you're probably still gonna pay 75 points. Because
I think so.
His impact on a melee meta, like a Blood Angels meta, EC meta, all that kind of things like that, I think in that sense, that's then still relevant for 75 points. I still think you're going to take him. If it's not, like if we're not going to go into a melee meta, again, you have to think about, you come across a Tau, for example, like he can stop assault weapons, which is kind of cute, but you're basically, in those matchups, you're looking at his gun at that point, which is basically like kind of just a worse Plaguecaster for more points. Like I would rather have the Plaguecaster. Big up Plagueburst. So for me, like this is, if there was like a stray in here, this was the biggest and weirdest stray to me. I feel like the Foul Blightspawn was, because he was already at 60 points. To me, he was already pointed appropriately, unlike the Biologus Putrifier. So the 15 on the buy up to bring him up to 60 makes total sense. He should have always been 60. But the Foul Blightspawn, it's the 15. If it was 5, sure. If it was 10, maybe. But 15 feels really
15
harsh.
It feels a bit egregious.
Yeah, he's not really been used that much, to be honest.
No, there's no point. At no point have I seen anyone go or had people come up to me and be like, "Oh yeah, the unit that's a big problem in your army, in your faction, is the Foul Blightspawn."
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one. But yeah, sure, whatever. Again, maybe they're worried about, and they're trying to plan ahead to stop us being so. Maybe the idea is that they're worried that we are the entire reason Blood Angels and stuff can't compete at the moment, which, like, probably not with the points cuts. Like, again, we'll always have a naturally good matchup into them, but still weird. But anyway, carrying on. Lord of Contagion up 10 points, Mr. Dave, to 120.
Yeah, I mean, we saw this one coming. I think we said it was going to go up 10, and if it was anything more, it'd be silly because that's 120 already. I mean, he's still, arguably, he still does a lot for 120 points. But when you stick him then into the upgraded cost of the Deathshroud, we are now talking plus 30 points for the 3-man, plus 30 points on the 6-man, and then if you are playing him in DLC and you want to put Warp Blight on him, he is now 150 points. So
I mean, it's what is now 280 base, is it? Because we're two.
What, for the 3-man or?
So we're 140 up to 160 on the Deathshroud.
It's 180 for the base.
Yes, it went 250 to 280.
For the Lord of Contagion and 3.
Yeah. 280. Still really
For
good.
a 6-inch deep striking, sustained lethal lance, plus a damage 3 character that stands back up and has grenades.
Okay, I forgot about this. That's back. I forgot about that for a second. yeah, okay. He's still. See, this is the weird thing to me. I honestly think the 20 should have been on him and the 10 should have been on the Deathshroud. Because, like, I feel like he's what makes Deathshroud. Like, if you've actually ran bare bones Deathshroud, or even Deathshroud with a lot of Virulence, they can come stuck at tanks. Like, they're only strength 8. They got good attacks, don't be wrong, but, like, I have had, like, you know, 3 Deathshroud and a lot of Virulence charge a tank and not kill it. Like, it can happen. The problem is, once the Lord of Contagion in there, the maths and the damage just skew so hard. Like, it's just like, here's Lance, here's Sustained. If you have access to crit 5s and champions, it just goes whoosh through the roof, which is kind of mad. So I don't understand why they caught the 20 and he caught the 10. I feel like it probably should have been opposite. But then, you got to bear in mind, like, the easiest thing with this guy right now is, and this is the funny bit, is like, the plus 10 points on him doesn't really matter too much, because all you have to do if you were taking him, especially in VV, is just drop the enhancements. Like, just drop the enhancements, there you go, he's back to his normal price. It doesn't make too much difference in that sense. Have I lost Dave? Are you still here, Dave? Oh no, Dave is frozen. I'm going to waffle then while Dave is gone. But yeah, so to me, the plus 10 on there, you can just swap out your enhancements. Obviously, if you want to keep your enhancements, you can. And obviously just cut elsewhere. But I feel like the Lord of Contagion still... Lord of Contagion plus 3 Deathshroud is still going to be in everyone's list because he's a 6-inch deep strike. Literally delete a unit in most instances. You see that Dave's very good at being a mime. He stood there directly still. So I feel like, yeah, Lord of Contagion is definitely here to stay in most lists. I don't think you take 3 anymore. Same with the Deathshroud. I think one of the first things you cut... Oh, there goes Dave. Goodbye. I'll try and get him back on shortly. Hopefully he'll be... or is it my Discord? Oh, is it my Discord? Apologies, everybody. Give me 2 seconds to get my Discord back up. My Discord seems to have... it's GW Sabotage, it must be. Oh, don't tell me Discord's gone down. No, it seems up over there. Cool. Thanks. Love it. Just want to mid-stream. Thanks, game. Thanks, guys. You're still here. Yeah, my Discord is just messing up for a second, Dave. I'm trying to get it rerunning. Come on. I don't think it's you, Dave. I think it's Discord. Is there anyone else having problems with Discord? Oh, for God's sake. Alright, give me 2 seconds. Put it here for a second. Let me, Okay, I am back. So, the second we can get Discord rerunning again, we will have him join. Yeah, he wouldn't... Yeah, I know, right? Everyone else's Discord is fine. Excellent. Where's Nat when you need her? Oh, someone else has just died. Cool, great. Okay, so Discord's dead. Brilliant. God damn it. I will try and see if I can open it through browser. Give me a second to get Dave back. Because I would like Dave here to have a chat with him. Because it's kind of important to the discussion that we're having. What's the sod's law that Discord goes down on the day that literally thing happens? It is Zinch, yeah. Yeah, stream got bongulated, mate. Love it. Love it when things go well. Ah, for God's sake. Dave muted his camera to get banged out. Okay, so given that Discord is dead, yeah, Nat's just died on the PC. Okay, so I'm just going to have to go on solo. I am sorry, everybody. Discord, our method of communication here, has apparently just died completely because hers has now gone off, mine's gone off. So it looks like it is Discord that is down around the world, which is very annoying. So I apologize for that. I could potentially get him on through like messenger chat, but that could be right messy sounding. Sorry about this, guys. What do you want to do, Mr. Dave? Shall we try and get it working again, or should we just move on? Yeah, these Death Guard nerfs honestly breaking the bank here. God damn it. Yeah, people are all saying discuss. Oh, Nats has just come back up. Are we back? Let me try again. Have Discord turned on and off the PC? Oh, it's loading. Okay, we might be back. I'm loading in. Oh, hello, you there?
I have no idea what happened there.
Discord itself died.
Oh.
There we go. My stuff's all messed up now. Oh no, now my camera's gone because I turned it on the street. Oh, this is a nightmare, Dave.
Oh dear. Well, if everyone can hear us, apologies. I know,
But they
like
can
you said,
hear us,
nerdlings are in the works.
Nerdlings are definitely the worst. Dave, take it away. Talk about Lord of Virulence while I try to horrifically fix this very quickly.
Sure thing. And Necros, just in chat, and Trevor, what is it you were saying? I might be Trevor's put the comment in. Okay, perfect. So Lord of Virulence gone up by 10 points, just to 100. So it was 90 already. So pretty good value. The Lord of Virulence is giving us, if he's attached to Blight Lords, he's giving you reroll the wound roll on shooting, and though the Blight Lords can get it anyway if the character's attached. Obviously, that's giving them +1 strength, +1 AP on range within Contagion, which is very nice. And he can pick a target and let you re-roll the hit roll against within 30 inches against an enemy with blast weapons, which is a lot of stuff in our army. So for just 10 points more, kind of feels in line with what they've pushed everyone up with. I mean, it's a little copy and paste on the Lord of Contagion. So are we that surprised by it? No. I really haven't been running this guy a lot. So I have one I've one hammer list that obviously I'd written up just as one to work with that was that him going up, and as we'll see, a lot of other things going up really kind of hit it. But yeah, for 10 points more, once again, not really a big deal. I guess what we're talking about as we go through this continually is the collection of slight increases means you're going to be dropping something.
Yeah, as Dave said, I feel like a lot of Virulence, he was obviously quite a staple in some of the performing lists, like Mortarion's Hammer as well. We will actually see that his enhancement also got nerfed, so we'll talk about that now because it's obviously relevant to him. There's 10 extra points on Tendril submissions in Mortarion's Hammer as well. So if you are running the Mortarion's Hammer combo with him and Tendril submissions, that's plus 20 points. So he's now 110 points in that. Still really good though for what he is.
Yeah.
Again, I think the idea was that, and I'd rather them do this rather than nuking the real problematic units, because he's not, by like 40 points or whatever, and just making it unplayable. Instead, you add 10 points to other things around it, which kind of lifts the overall like cost of a list, which then means that you're not dissuaded from taking the strong units. They obviously like dissuade a little bit by get the points increased, but the fact that a lot of Virulence went up a little bit, it just means you have to cut something somewhere because you just can't fit it all in. So I'm totally fine with this. Yeah. It wasn't on my bingo card for him to go up, but like 10 points is nothing. Like, it's totally fine. If they made him the same cost of Lord of Contagion, then we'd be talking and be like, okay, now that's bad, but 10 points is totally fine. Chat, this was Discord's fault. This is a high quality stream. This is not me. This is Discord. Blame them. I'm not the Discord man. Right, up next, Myphitic Blight-haulers. The cheeky little buggies.
Cheeky little bugs. 10 points. I mean, I still think for 10-inch move, lethal melters, +1 to hit against monster vehicles, crack missile, bile spurt, 3 shots. I don't care. Cool. That's not stopping me take them.
Yeah, it's 100
on an individual basis. Each of these units, whenever I say like, oh, this isn't much, I'm talking an individual line by line on this thing. Like I said, we'll talk about what it means as an overall picture at the end.
Yeah, like Myphitic Blight-haulers being 10 points higher, it's really a non-issue. Like, they're still just super efficient little engines. That the good thing, the thing that makes me like Blight-haulers is they require no real assistance to shoot the things you want to shoot. They're self-sufficient. They got +1 to hit and wound against the targets they want to be shooting at. They're annoying to kill for 100 points. And I still think, like, even if you take out the HBL drones, like, the core of 3 haulers, 3 normal bloat drones, that's 6 vehicle profiles with invulnerables that are like just over a quarter of your list. That's still stupid. They're still really stupid. Like, to be fair, like, these guys probably got off quite lightly. I could even see these go up plus number 5, but I'm not going to wish for that. So right now, yeah, haulers are still going to be taken. There's not even a question in my mind. Like, again, all these things do add up. Again, they're trying to hurt the hull spam here, because I mean, if you're taking three
Yes,
of these, three of these, three of these, that's 60 on the HBL drones, another 30 on the FB drones,
Yep.
another 30 on the haulers. That you got 120 points. So you got to genuinely cut like a full unit at that point. But
Yeah, so just not running twos.
yeah, but like I only ran 2 on my list. For an extra 20 points to have 2 of these Blight-haulers on my list, am I going to drop them? No, they're 100% staying. Because again, they go out, and the good thing as well is I like having haulers because there's matchups where I don't really need the haul, like maybe like got a load of infantry. In which case, these are the first things to go out and stand on objectives.
Yeah, completely. And they can get there because they're, with an advance they can actually go quite a long way. They're not that they're only a 3-inch base, so kind of moves really easily around things. And actually, I sometimes don't mind just finishing stuff off with, I don't mind sometimes just shooting melters into infantry and stuff just to kill it, just to finish it off. So why wouldn't you? Just in chat, I just want to give because he asked for heretical stars, Martin. Yes, you can. Super chat next time, but you certainly can get a shout out for completing the painting of 18 Deathshroud and 3 heavy Blight Launcher drones. Consider as somebody who doesn't paint anything. If any of you, nice timing. If any of you paint anything, even if it's a single Poxwalker, I will say brilliant job because I don't paint anything. So well done.
Just in time.
Yeah,
nailed the timing on that one. Well done, mate.
Nailed the timing. So spot on. Should we talk about the biggest hit?
Okay, so if I'm going to skip ahead here, I'm going to say that I actually like most of the changes here. I think they've done quite a good job, except this one. The Plagueburst Crawler has been done diddle dirty.
Yeah.
So, do you want to talk about it first, Dave, before I rant?
Yeah, I mean, so I think if we go back to index days, it was 160 points, and that was silly cheap. So we were spamming those, and that was pretty ridiculous. However, we have moved from 160 to 210 between Codex and this MFM. Mm-hmm. 3 of these coming in now at the healthy price of 630 points is over getting into the region of 750 points. It's like it's getting nearish that kind of markets. This build is dead. Taking 3 of these is not a thing anymore. And I mean, or you are so committed to playing them because you love them so much that there's not the same supporting units that were around them that were in your list before this happened. But 45 points on just 3 of those and putting them to 210 points a unit is a lot. Hammer is they definitely had Hammer in their orbital strike sites with this one.
Yeah. So okay, here's the thing, and this is the thing that people are gonna say. We all sit here saying PBC do nothing wrong, PBC do all this stuff, and then everyone on the internet's like, but there were 3 in every Mortarion's Hammer list, and it's like, yes.
Lehman Ross Belter.
Well, not even that. Yes, there was 3 in every Mortarion's Hammer list. There was.
Yes, there were.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you know why there's 3 in Mortarion's Hammer lists? Because the rules interaction they have...
The detachment rule says...
The detachment rule lets you just pick units, and they're automatically in Contagion. So the entire skill of Death Guard, of spreading Contagion and managing Contagion levels and getting people in Contagion range, is negated because you just go derp and pick something and shoot it. So here's my question. Okay, were Plagueburst Crawlers, so unlike the HBL drones, unlike the Deathshroud, the Plagueburst Crawlers seen in any other detachment?
No, I mean, I think I've seen the odd list where there might have been one sitting around, but
yeah. But
if I jump back to the 160 days, I took one of those because it sat on my home objective for 160 points with 2 flamers, dropped mortars on some people, and just said don't deep strike. Yeah. But at 210, no, not at all.
So the reason it doesn't work there is because you can't shoot whatever you want and have Contagion automatically on it. So you're shooting what is effectively a Strength 8 AP0 gun at 2 damage each. Now, when you in Mortarion's Hammer, you put anything you want in Contagion, you can shoot it, you have a better chance to do mortal wounds to it, you get an actual AP on the gun. But outside of that, and like in DLC, if you want to meme like some, meme some mortal wounds.
Yeah.
But it's a meme at that point because the Deathshroud and the Terminators cost so much. It never saw play. So the thing here is you have nerfed the Plagueburst Crawler, which only ever saw play in Mortarion's Hammer. Okay? Now it will never see play in any other detachment, but it was so crucial in the Mortarion's Hammer list, in how it played and how it interacts with the detachment rule, that it's still probably going to get taken in 3s in Mortarion's Hammer. So you haven't fixed the issue, you've just made it that the only place this unit is going to see play is in the toxic place you didn't want it anyway. What you should do instead is address Mortarion's Hammer, because that's the problem, not the PBC. Because if the PBC was the problem, it'd be in every other detachment, in every other list. It's clearly not. You shouldn't be able to just pick something and shoot it in Contagion. Like, again, me and Dave hate Hammer because it just takes the skill out of Death Guard. Like,
let me ask you this question: when you read when we had the codex early, right, for the review, when you read the detachment rule before, which is before the data sheets, right, in the detachment section, when you read the detachment rule for Mortarion's Hammer, what was the very first thing that went through your mind?
3 PVCs, indirect stuff off.
100%. Yeah, that detachment was written for that to happen.
Yeah, it's just and they complain about indirect being too strong at the right rules like that. Like, so unfortunately, the PBC has died for the sins of Mortarion's Hammer, not the sins of the post. Because the problem is now, you could have made an argument maybe again, it's still expensive at 195, to use this thing more like a battering ram. Like, put the flamers on it, whack it, drive it forward with its 2-up save, see how it does.
Yeah.
I have no chance in hell doing that for 210 points.
No way.
Because
it's too risky.
if anyone's shot a Plagueburst Crawler, they're not actually that hard to kill. Like, it's got a 2-up save, but it's still only T10. Like, if it was T11 or T12 like a Land Raider, sure, they get this many points, and I'll use it as a really aggressive battering ram. But as it is, like, it's no. PBC done dirty. I'm sorry, PBC.
To your point, look directly across on the data sheet, right? You go Plagueburst Crawler, 210 points, Land Raider 240.
Yeah. So if you want to play aggressive and push
all Lance Cannons, Heavy Bolter, Havoc Launcher, Plague Bolters, carries units, lets them charge after disembarking. It's like 2-up save, more wounds.
They could, in fairness, when the data slate comes on, then they're going to basically, if they change the Mortarion's Hammer rule, they might drop the points in this thing again. In which case, okay, fair enough. But as it stands right now, I don't think it actually fixes the problem. Like, people are still going to play Hammer, and still going to take 3 of these things, because it's just silly, and they'll probably just cut an engine somewhere else.
You'll have to, but it'll make Hammer play. It'll just make Hammer play even more defensively.
Yeah, and it's still going to feel just as bad before. You want to fix the Plagueburst Crawler, then you fix the detachment rule Hammer, because it's silly. Next up, Poxwalkers going up 5 points, Mr. Dave. 5 schmeckles.
5 schmeckles.
So no discounted. Yeah. What do you think? I mean, 5 points. It's neither here nor there, really. But
it's not here nor there at all. I mean, you as a Death Guard player, if you want and need infiltrating units, you got to take Poxwalkers. You're going to take 2. You're either going to have 1 sitting in your home. At the absolute minimum, you're going to take 1 unit of them for 65 points. For a 5-up, feel no pain, for the ability to put go to ground on a unit, for the ability to drop 20 of them in front of your opponent's deployment zone, or to put 10 on an objective straight away. 5 points is not here nor there.
Yeah. Now, one thing that didn't change is the 20-man squad still won 30 points, didn't catch the extra 5, so the Shamble Rot is your time. Rise up, Shamble Rot Horde. 150. What is it? Is it whoa? 150 Poxwalkers be upon you.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah. This is your fault. You did this. So you made this happen.
Yeah, but yeah, they're at 5. Like, it's a super cheap infiltrating unit. It doesn't change anything. They're too vital to how you play the game. You're still going to take them. You're going to find your 5 points up there. I think they just wanted to, again, we talk about them adding points onto the list. They know every Death Guard player takes Poxwalkers at least 2.
Yes, they do.
So
the most played unit.
Yeah, so by doing this, you're at minimum putting 10 points in every Death Guard list, which, might drop some enhancement.
Yeah. It's putting pressure on enhancements. Some of these little tiny ones. So
yeah. Honestly, it's totally fine. There's nothing wrong with that. You'll still take them. Typhus. So I'm going to say this now. Typhus kind of caught a stray, but at the same time, for a long time, we've never understood why Typhus is 90 points. Just be able to just pick something and just be like, bah, mortal wounds. It's kind of stupid. It's very good, and he's now also got an extra attack onto what he had in Index when he was also like 90. Was he 80 points in Index? Something.
It was 80 in the Index. Yeah, yeah.
Stupid. So stupid.
And I understand that everyone was losing their minds about that. That was totally fair. We said so too. So yeah, yeah, 6 wound, like lots of attacks, high strength, flat 3 damage, 2 up, 4 up, deep strike, mortal wounds every single turn. I mean, 10 points if you're playing Typhus. If he's key to your army, that's not stopping you putting him in.
Yeah, he's still a really good character for 100 points.
He's a great character.
He's still a great character. He kind of probably should have just been 100 anyway. So I'm not upset about that. He's just...
If a lot of virulence is 100, then...
yeah. And the fact you can just sometimes look at a unit or a tank and just be like, here's 6 mortal wounds. Just
finish
like,
off a Dreadnought,
just boom, insta-kill. So yeah, and none of the Plague Legion's units got touched at all, and obviously we've already covered the Tenuous emission. So overall, honestly, about what I expected.
Yeah, I was going to say, what's your anything? So what is there anything in there that really surprised you, Aiden, or that you weren't expecting?
Oh wait, we missed the Tallyman as well.
Just a quick summary.
Tallyman, missed Tallyman. Tallyman went up 10 points. Okay, this is again. I think this is just another way to put 10 points in every Death Guard list that's taking him. He doesn't do anything except sit on home and generate CP, which is honestly probably fine for 40 points. But I think they just want to tax you for just having something sat at home that's cheap, or try and make you spend Poxwalkers 15 points more. I'm still taking him because I really like CP. So yeah,
Same.
Nothing changed there. So overall, about what was expected. Dave, is it game over? Is Death Guard in the dump? Is it no longer playable? Have we been sent to the Shadow Realm to exist with, I don't know, like Imperial agents?
Yeah, pack up, move in with your Imperial agents, buddy. Get in the bunk bed, in the room that like no one else wants to share in. It's over, everyone.
Yeah.
No.
As Dave was saying, that it is over. It is now a D tier army, maybe probably C tier. Let's be fair, but we're not winning any events. You might push a 4-1 if you're lucky. Like 4-1 is very lucky. 3-2 hero maybe, but like 2-3 is probably going to be your average at this point.
No, I think 1 and 4 is the new standard.
1 and 4 would be quite impressive, to be honest. So I won't be upset about that. So yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it is.
There is an upside to all this.
Have the meta chasers have they clicked off?
I think have they gone? No, there's still 351 people watching. I think they're still here.
I think hopefully the meta chasers have gone and we can actually
have they gone?
The truth.
Can you have a quick look and check?
No step on stake. Does the win rate drop below 50%? Yes. No step on stake. Win rate definitely go below 50. Go below 48. Ooh,
35. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's completely dead. If you weren't playing Death Guard and you just jumped on it, I mean, just stop. No one wants to play it anymore. We're not going to play it anymore, and we love it.
Done. Death Guard's dead in the water.
Yeah. So.
Okay, I think they're gone, Dave.
Is it clear?
Yeah, I think they're gone. All right, okay. So now the meta chasers are gone. We're now here with a loyalist, Death Guard. No, we're fine. As Dave was saying. Go on, Dave, take it away.
No, yeah, I'm just saying that the upside is, good news is, Meta Chase is still in the room. No, quick.
Terrible, honestly awful.
Master of Ambush, you are very welcome to be here anyway. The good news is if we've gotten this and rules changes, it would be a whole different world. But like I said, the fact that what we're just going to have to do is get back to a bit more list crafting better. If everyone, like, the Athenian there just said, like, I lost 170 points. My, one of my lists went up, I think 170 as well. But it just means we're going to have to restructure and then just play a little bit different paced to what we're doing. I think the good news is that the win rate will come down because people will jump off it at this point. They will just look at what they were playing and seeing it work and go, that doesn't work anymore. I don't know if I want to work out how to now rebalance this. Like Aiden said, we are absolutely, we were playing this when it was, D for Death Guard, and then, waited forever for the index and then played the index for 2 years and then got the codex and then I've had 3 months of the glorious sunshine, which I'm kind of a little bit glad we're back in the play clouds of some points changes. It just means we've got to be more creative with our lists again. And, hopefully things like...
I've had more fun today making lists than I have the past 2 months.
Yeah. I mean, I put up a reel earlier on my Instagram of like basically James Blunt, goodbye, my lover,
Deleting all your
deleting all
lists.
my lists
Yeah,
out
I
of
didn't see that.
but that's actually quite cathartic. Is to go, okay, let's start again.
Yeah, so I mean, like, as people are asking chat in the Birchie asked there, thank you for the super chat, by the way. Hammer lists look to have got like 250-ish around there. Most normal lists gone to like 160, 180 up, and the lower end people are getting away 125, stuff like that. So it's like, don't worry, it is not a negligible amount of loss. You're gonna feel a unit or two being missing, but
Especially if you're running some allies.
yeah, but honestly, we are still more than fine. Now, this data's late coming up. I genuinely do not expect any rules changes outside of Mortarion's hammer, and even that's been echoed with all the high end players say it's not a rules issue with Death Guard. There's nothing that's insanely broken. People sometimes say 6-inch charge should go to 7-inch charge from Deep Strike. I've heard that being said, but honestly, like, hammer's the biggest problem because just again takes the skill out of Death Guard. There's the actual requirement for certain units like thingy spreaders, but contagion spreaders. But outside of that, genuinely, this faction is still stats on exactly. Like, I was writing this before. I'm now considering predators back in the list. I'm considering HBL drones aren't just an auto 3 of, like, they're still really good. Like, but I'm debating it now. It's not just 300 points off the bat, rip, go. Now at like 360 for all three, it's like, oh, okay, maybe drop one. Again, that interesting decision as before. It's like I take 3 and lose a scoring unit, or I take 2 and gain a scoring unit. It's like, ooh, it's a nice bit of change.
It is good change.
Taliban has made out like bandits.
Oh my god, I cannot believe that thing is like I wrote. So hang on, let me read you my Taliban list that I made earlier. So in it, for 2,000 points on the nose, I have got a Demon Prince on foot with Beckoning Blight to drop. For those of you who maybe don't know what that does, that means that you can drop wholly within 12 Demon Deep Striking units, and then they can be 6 inches from your opponent. So he's got that. Then there's 2 Great Unclean ones, both who can make themselves T13. Then you've got, and the Demon Prince is T12. Then you've got Mortarion. Then you've got Rotigus. Rotigus can give a unit damage. He can lower the OC of units. You've got a Tallyman in there for points. Plague Bearers 10 off to stand on your home and then stick it. A Chaos Predator Destructor. So you've got some shooting to take out bodies. Chaos Spawn. 2 units of 6 Nurglings to just jail your opponent immediately. And then 2 units of 10 Poxwalkers to just then infiltrate and sit on points, which your opponents can't get to because there's tons of Nurglings in their way. Like, and then you've got a Predator hanging around at the back, a Chaos Spawn to help put stuff in Contagion. Your homes get stickied and then it moves off. And then you've got Mortarion, Rotigus, 2 Great Unclean ones, and a Demon Prince, all T12 or above, ready to go and just smash the midboard up. I mean, that was like without much thought putting into it and going, oh, so let's look at points changes. Oh, that's 2,000 on the nose.
Nice. That's pretty cool. I mean, like, for me, like, what changed? I've got. I was speaking to Craig before about Champions of Contagion list, which I did send to chat to you, Will. Sorry, you and Will. Which is basically, we still got the 10-man Plague Marine Brick in there. There's 2 squads of Dead, really scary. Lord of Contagion, Deathshroud. There's still 2 heavy Blight Launcher drones, 2 Myphitic Blight-haulers, a Predator in there now. Still got 3 units of Poxwalkers in there, and a Chaos Spawn unit. Like, there's still plenty of room for adapting. I do want to go back to trying a Plague Marine heavy build. Blight Launcher. I'm still amazed. I keep hearing people say this. Like, I can't believe Blight Lords didn't go down. Have you played Blight Lords? Like,
they're hilarious.
I've played them, okay? I took them to a tournament, and in Death Lords Chosen, like, Blight Lords, when played correctly, they're really good. Like, they did not need to, like, if they came down, I would be like, okay, Blight Lords are in every list. Like,
in every time. I played 10 recently versus 1,000 Suns list, and I just had them behind the mid ruin. I just moved them up to the wall first turn. Second turn, I just pushed them through the wall with the extra 1 inch of movement. Re-rolled the advance, had them into my opponent's into their terrain on the other side, and they just gunned down most of the 1,000 Suns that were behind that wall.
That shoot is disgusting, isn't it? If you load a full volley of Blight Lords into someone, like, I'm debating bringing a Predator along because I just want to say to someone AP4 Flamer. That just sounds really funny.
my opponent was like, okay, I'm like, right, so there's 2d6 on the flamers. I'm like, great, so that's 10 shots. I'm like, that's AP3. He's like, what are you talking about? And I was like, well, I've got AP1 for this, then you're in Contagion for -1 to your save anyway, and then I get an extra AP, and they're +1 strength as well. So, you know, that was, and I'm re-rolling the wound roll on anything.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
it's a lot of virulence, so he's also matched on re-rolling ones to hit, and all the hit rolls and the blast weapons.
Exactly, yeah. And then the Lord of Virulence has got his flamer, and then there was like the Blight Launchers, you know, getting max hits on the blast, and then, you know, they're getting more because at the start of the activation there were it was just like wreckage. And then I'm like, and now you've got 11 T7 2 up 4 up Terminators standing in your deployment zone going and on the middle objective going like, well, just come twitch near me and you're getting overwatched, like, you know, and come anywhere and come and fight me and I don't care, I'm going to lose 2 or 3 of them and then there's still 7 plus a character to hit you back.
It's so good. I actually think they're super.
They are awesome.
But again, this opens it up now. So what we're going to see now is we're going to see the people that actually are creative and can actually like sort of change the list, because I do genuinely think that the hammer list does take a big hit. I think a lot of the people that were relying on the hammer list to get 3 wins start to struggle a bit more. So I could see a hammer win rate go down in general. I still think there'll be a hammer build. I just think it was. I don't know if it'll have enough stuff to do it. Like you said, it'll play more defensively, I think, Dave.
Yeah.
But in general, like, this opens up, like, Plague Marine builds back on the menu. Like, 30 Plague Marine build is still, like, that goes gross. I know Don's even been practicing 30 Plague Marines, and he's been, like, murdering people, and he runs no characters for his Plague Marines, so he's probably only gone up, like, 80 points tops. So, again, really, really good. Like, there's still, like, so much, like, good stuff in this army. And I'm kind of glad, I'm actually kind of proud of GW, in a way, for not absolutely nuking us to orbit. With the points, I think they've actually done a good job. But even the strange ones, like the PBC's the outlier to me. I think that was a mistake personally. But like putting 5 points on Poxwalkers just to like add a bit of points to every list, totally get that. Would I have liked seen some compensation buffs on certain units? Probably not the right place to ask for it, given the current state of the game and how we're destroying it. But like you could have made an argument like, yeah, sure, like maybe the Plague Surgeon. But again, I think we're in a more than happy spot. I just think we're going to see more variety because, again, one thing people need to remember is our codex is not written like some of the other codex. It's not a one-trick pony. It's not only one detachment. We genuinely have, I still think to this day, the best written codex of 10th edition so far.
I agree.
Everything is viable. Everything is fun as well and flavorful. So I think, honestly, Death Guard is totally fine. I see, if we would say right now, detachment winners and detachment losers, what are you going to say, Dave?
Well, obviously, Mortarion's hammer is the
biggest
loser. Is the biggest loser on this front. But winner-wise, I think I think you're probably going to see people swing even increasingly into VV and Cock, just because I think Plague Marines become a really, really more powerful, viable option here. Malignant Plaguecaster hasn't gone up, so everybody, the Plague bus is 100% coming back. It's prepared to start seeing that bad boy rock the tables.
Especially if we see an infantry meta. If we see an infantry meta come back, I am rocking the Plague bus, like
100%.
Because now it's got nerfs, so vehicles down. We got nerfs, so the toughest might come down. And the thing is, like, the data slate's coming. But here's the thing with the data slate. One, I don't think we get many rules changes outside the outside of the thingamajigger, the hammer potential change. But there was leaks going around about these changes, and obviously we didn't talk about. Well, technically they're not leaks; they were just someone's messages. They were not official leaks or anything, so we can talk about it. It was just someone messaging them. But everything they said on there was correct here, so I'm going to trust the other ones they sent as well, which is like World Eaters getting touched, Thousands getting touched. So I think the next data slate's going to be massive, but I don't think it's just going to be buffs. I think a lot of things are going to get brought down. Blood Angels are going to come down. I think a lot of stuff's going to come down, and if the rest of the game also comes down, technically we're even a little bit higher than we actually are. In which case, then we could still be a problem. But I think if we come into a more infantry-focused meta away from tanks, which I would love to see, we are absolutely thriving. Death Guard absolutely murderized infantry. We always have. We have always loved that. But I am super not concerned. Like, I think this is overall better for the health of the game. I was sick of being the boogeyman. And a lot of our community was. I actually think we were one of the more based factions who sat here and was like, yeah, nerfers, like, totally go for it. Like, we weren't crying like some of the factions. I saw a hilarious post on the Chaos Knights page where they were just like, we don't need nerfs. And it's just like, yes, you do. Like, it's fine to say you need nerfs. It is totally fine. You are not the person balancing the game. Like, I don't blame you, but you can at least look at your army and go, yeah, this is stupid. Craig Bedford, I still think we are absolutely busted. I still think some right busted stuff in here. but we're going to keep that one to the quiet. I wouldn't be surprised if we do see a second nerf at some point, but again, it's really what this does now, and again, what I actually think is going to happen out of this.
Yeah.
People, because Death Guard is now not as miles ahead of everyone else, still probably up there. It's still probably A tier, potentially S tier, but still, I think people, especially meta chasers, start trying the other near S tier stuff now. Black Templars looking real good. Space Wolves potentially looking pretty decent. I mean, we might see the balance of the meta. Just less people on Death Guard, and I don't mean that as a way of like get off my faction, but like 10% representation.
Get off my lawn, you kids.
Yeah, we don't want to see Death Guard be 10% representation because everyone hates you, and then it becomes lame. And the worst bit is everyone was taking the same damn list. Everyone was taking Hammer or something. And right now we're in a great phase where we're going to have to experiment. We're going to try new things. Demon Prince, Virulent Vectorium, still really good. Mortarion didn't get touched, still looking really good.
Yeah.
It's all still really good, and you just gotta pay a little bit extra for it. And that's completely fine. If you are a Death Guard player, you saw the nerfs today, and you were worried we've been nerfed too much, I promise you, no, we are totally fine. You are more than playable, and we just have to get a little bit better at the game again. We can't be as stupid. We can't make as stupid trades before, because you could legitimately like throw a unit away, trade stupid, and still win the game. Now, less so. Still probably can to a degree, but I'm happy. Go on, Dave. You got a summary for this one?
No, I'm good. I'm happy as well. I think what you will just need to be aware of when you're list building now is that there are just points here and there. What I would just do is build your list out to start with as normal. Go over your points, look at what you did have, and then just work out. Do a real honest assessment of what it is you can drop that still lets you play the game your way, and start to work backwards from that point till you get to balance. But there are little points here and there which is made for us to go. You can't just take tons of this and still keep this, but you can still take two. You can still take two of each of the core drains. If you still like Blight Launchers, take two. If you still like Myphitic Blight-haulers, take two. And you don't need three for those either way. I can say that works really well. And then just get back to list building and play it. And what I will say is, from a UK player perspective, having this now, the points now, a month and a bit out from LGT, I'm really pleased to thank you, GW, for doing it this early, because that means that we get a chance to get reps in and get our list kind of ready to go. So,
okay, so we'll try and wrap up in 10 minutes because I know people got places to be and stuff. So we'll cover a few things very quickly. Also, Andrew Middlemass, who just said in the chat, does anyone run the Terminator detachment? Dave? Hi, how you doing? We do.
In the Discord, people call it Dave's Lord Chosen.
Yeah.
I play it extensively. I'm probably going to take it to. I'm going to be taking it to LGT as well.
Yeah. Dave plays that detachment a lot. I am currently doing a challenge to take every detachment to a tournament and get at least a 4-1 with it. I have currently done 4 of the detachments I've done.
Yeah, you've done 4 of them now. Yep.
I've done Deathlords, Chosen, Virulent Vectorium, Flyblown Host, and Champions of Contagion. I have played it. I got 4 wins, 1 draw with it, so it is pretty damn good. If that I tell you what, Dave, if that detachment had a single defensive strat, I think it would genuinely jump to the top.
I agree.
That's the only problem with that detachment, but it's still really good. It's really fun as well, so I actually do like that. So
and you can still build. I've still built what I think is a pretty tasty version of it, even with the changes. So it just needs some running and a different working out, slightly different way of playing it. But overall, everybody, there is no despair. Like, don't panic. Like, it looks like there's a lot of red in here, but it's manageable. It just means we've got to get back to the drawing board and come up with some better lists.
It does indeed. And so there's a few things I just want to talk about before we go off here. So first one is a question to chat, because I was talking to Dave about before. So keep this between us. Hopefully none of the TOs are listening. I have a tournament this weekend. Okay? I was going to take the Tallyman Fat Man list, which is like 3 Fat Men, a Night Despoiler, all this kind of things like that. Currently, the list's lock-in was supposed to be last weekend, weekend just gone, and the rules lock-in was for the weekend before. However, lists are still open. You can't see anyone's list. Lists are still open to be edited. So, I can, technically, use the new points in a weirdly backwards way. I would just take less points. I'd take a 1,800 point list to an event. The problem being that the other Death Guard players and the other Knights players would still be playing with the old points. So, is this something I should do? should I take the new points into the old point meta, or shall I just stick with the Tallyman list I was taking? I would like to know your thoughts in chat. So let me know on that one. Yeah, as Lazy Chicken has said, we do also have some funky new merch you guys can get your hands on, which I will quickly try and show you some stuff on here. So,
do you want people to take that question into the Discord perhaps and start commenting there?
Yeah, I mean, we have a discussion on it already to a degree, but if
or you can put it in the comments of this video if you're watching it on catch up.
Yeah, you can just let me know. Because again, I'm not. The thing is for me, the points don't matter. Like, even if I win this event, I don't think it changed my points on what you call it. The event's not big enough that even if I win it, I might get like 5 ITC points. Like, it really doesn't matter. Like, London will erase it anyway. So I don't really care. It would take my Tallyman list, like challenge list, out of it because I'd have to redo it. And I'd probably take a more strong thing. So yeah, there's ups and downs to it. Now I've got to try and find an easy way to. I know how I could do this quite easily. I will simply go.
Just open the store and then
just go to our Discord on the website, and hopefully it won't reconnect me to like a double chat with you. So hopefully not. Anyway. I'm just gonna quickly just turn off the main screen for a second while I just find the message.
Yeah, no worries.
There we go. So here we go. We have objective markers. There they are on the screen. We had these were commissioned. The art was commissioned by Grim Dorables. You can find on Instagram, who is an amazing artist, and we asked him to create us a plague bus, and he has done so. He has made us a plague bus, and as you can see, we have now turned said plague bus into a lovely objective marker, and I think it's came out swell. Dave, what do you think?
It's come out brilliant. Yeah, I love it. I think it's the plague bus, which was the creation of the channel. It's got the logo on it. It's just really good fun, and these are available on drpstore.com. And also we've taken the artwork, and it is available on a t-shirt. It's available on a water bottle to take to events and several other things, which are all quite fun. But yeah, these came out really well. They're we're taking orders from now. We are also getting they'll be arriving early next week, and we'll be shipping next week. So yeah, if you want those, go to drpstore.com, and they're on the homepage.
Indeed, and we have one other new thing that we would like to just quickly
mention
that we have also got for the channel. Here we go. Main screen's back.
Big thanks to Lazy Chicken for doing the kind of the artwork on this one, and like just getting the colours balanced and stuff. It looks great.
So we also have team jerseys now. So if you want to represent the DRP with a fancy, nice little jersey. The number on the back will always be 7.
It's always 7.
This was a sort of like a test image here. But your player name on the back can be customized. I think you've just gone for Death Guard, Dave, haven't you, Dave?
Always do, yeah. That's the same. It's on my, yeah.
I've gone for the 11th Cultist. For those in the know, will understand the reference on it there. But yeah, we do have some
Wardog Will.
Yeah, we got Wardog Will as well. So we do have some extra little bits. There's the artwork again. So yeah, we have some extra bits for the store, which is quite nice. Stop the Morty's hammer hate. It's already been smacked down. No, it deserved it. It deserved everything it got. Morty's hammer enabled too many bad players to do well with this army because it takes away the fundamental rule of what makes Death Guard interesting to play by just putting stuff in Contagion. So I will.
Should we just say about that jersey as well? Is that we're basically it's not that we're not going after like the world rankings of teams or anything like that.
Oh no,
it's basically a way that because we know that a lot of people either go to club or aren't part of a actual competitive team but go to tournaments or go to RTTs. And if you're a fan of the channel, it's just a way that we thought we can give you something to wear that looks, hopefully you'll agree, looks really good. We would love to see people in it. It supports the channel as well in terms of getting those made. And it gives you then you're then representing something, your faction, Death Guard, and the channel, and then get an actual kind of like team jersey to wear with it. So, hopefully you go to an event, if it's one of the bigger ones, and you see some other people wearing them at it, and maybe you don't know each other. It's also a great reason to go over and say hi.
Exactly, and we do like when people come and say hi. It's always nice to meet people.
I certainly do.
No, Necros, you will take your insults as a Mortarion's hammer player. I will never stop insulting your kind. By the way, actual like sarcasm aside, play what you want. Like, have fun with the army.
Yeah,
I don't actually care. It's just for me, I don't like that mechanic. I think it should be fixed because look what it's cost us. Look what it did to our boy. Look at this. I've zoomed in on it.
everything.
Look what you did to us, Necros. Look what you did to our beloved Plagueburst Crawlers. But yeah, I mean...
Can I just quickly answer Flyfus?
Yeah, go for it, mate.
Plague member for 7 months. Thank you very much. Yeah. So, thoughts on DLC after points change is it hurts. That particular list gets, especially if you're wanting to redial into Terminators. What you might do is start with 10 Blight Launcher Terminators and start to look at it that way. You've just got to still remember that the 6-man plus the Lord of Contagion with Warp Rot, if that is the kind of version of it you've been playing, is still totally viable as a strike, but you're not going to be running that with 2 other 3s. And you've just got to still remember that you've got to get people into Contagion. So don't overload on the Terminators up front at the cost of the units that are going to be moving around the board to get you. But you can still run 2, a Blight Launcher and an MBH combo on both flanks. You can still run you could still run 3 3s if you want to, but then you've just got to be careful what you're running with other stuff. The difficulty is with my list, where I love to play Mortarion in this list, and I think he makes it really sing. That's now a challenge at 380 points to do that. So I'm looking at, do I drop him and then just work out what I think I get 100 and what was it? I think 110 points extra over or something like that. Then what am I filling in that 110 points with to basically make the list work a bit more? So the honest answer is it needs work, but I think it's still viable.
There you go. Just correctly fixing that. Correctly fixing the entry there for the Plagueburst Crawler. I do it again, my poor PBC baby. You killed him, Necros. This was all on you. But yeah, I hope this helps people enjoy competitive more, because and I hope the hate for Death Guard tones down a bit. Some people still want our skulls. They're screaming it wasn't enough. Blah 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 blah. Like they want us to be like
skills.
They wanted us to be like nuked into the sun. But I don't want that to happen to any faction, apart from Necrons. They deserve it. But yeah, I mean, part of that, I think that's about really it. Like, again, get experiment with your lists, get some new stuff, give things a whirl. You know what I would actually like to see? So, okay, very quick little tangent. If you want to keep the PBC in this role, do what you did with the HBL drone. Give me a spitter version of it, a different points level, for me to run forward and give it a worse rule. Take the indirect off it, for all I care. Take the indirect off it. Very true, Paul Mason. We aren't Tau. No, you're not joking. That is very fair.
You don't have to come and cover your comment in this place. It's fine to say that here.
Yeah, we don't care for those Tau players.
We don't like people knocking on our door with pamphlets saying that come and join. No, we're not about that.
We are about that. So
what I'd also like to add is thank you to the consistently over 300 people that have been watching this. Aidan and I talked nonsense for the last hour. Thank you very, very much, guys. We really appreciate everyone that's kind of tuned in. We appreciate all of our members. We're at 12.8k, so 13k is not that far away now. It's kind of knocking on the door. And yeah, just kind of thank you for the continued support. And I think the nice bit is, from our perspective, is as we get these points in and we start to see things changing, we've got a lot more to talk about, buddy.
We do, and I think the next stream we're going to start sharing some of our initial sort of concoctions and what we've made out of this, because I'm not going to lie, like, depending, I'm going to make a couple lists for London, and we're going to watch how the next few weeks go and watch how data slate goes. But if, like, Shamble Rot might be genuine, like, I'm not lying, like, I might take Shamble Rot. Again, we'll have to see, because London in 8 games of 150 models can play the doubles as well. Might be a bit much, but it might be all right. We'll see. But we will be back. Obviously, I'll be doing a stream. I'll be doing an event recap next week about how the event this weekend goes.
We're going to talk about some lists on Sunday.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll have some examples of what we're thinking we're going to be taking and things like that. But if you have tuned in tonight and the only question you're here to ask is Death Guard still viable? Yes, you're totally still viable.
It is. Yep.
What do you think would be a balanced rule change to Hammer if we get one? Just either. Should
we answer that next time?
Yeah, we can answer that. I mean, very quickly, I'd just say you can either change the shooting phase to stop Deathshroud benefiting from it, but honestly, I would just rewrite it. I just hate it. I just don't think it should be a thing. That would require me to have a proper ponder upon, because I just do not like it at all. I think it's a silly rule. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, oh yeah.
The only other thing we won't go through the whole lot, but if you guys check out the description of this video, you can find some links to partners, to people we work with, like Vanguard Tactics, Baron of Dice. If you want some coaching, Death God wise, there's a link down below. You can book Aiden to do that for you. You can get some other bits of merchandise from drpstore.com, and you can head over to Saltire Games, who have got gaming packs, including deep strike markers and all that kind of stuff. All the links are in the description.
Indeed, they are. So, thank you everybody for tuning in tonight. Hope you guys have managed to, put your fears put to rest. Get out there, get crafting. If you're in our Discord, remember, start brewing stuff up, start talking between you. I'll be interested to see what you guys are coming up with. And yeah, it's a fun time again. It's a fun time. The meta has been shaken up for Death Guard. Not really too much for everyone else, but for us especially. At times to get creative, and this is the time to prove that you are truly disgustingly resilient, and you will not be defeated by a set of nerfs, and you will still worship the Plague God, because it's the only faction you actually care about. All your other collections are for folly. You belong to the Plague Father. For now, everybody...
Hang on. Will's calling me. He wants to add something. What's that, Will? Oh, we tell them to stay loyal to the 15th Legion. Yeah, cool.
Yeah, never gonna let that one go, are we?
Never going to let that one drop, Will. Never going to let that one drop.
Well done, Will. Yeah, so goodbye from the 15th Legion, definitely. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ. Can't believe we said that. Yeah.
Honestly.
But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. We hope you all have a great evening / morning / afternoon / whatever you are. We will catch you all on the next one. Stay rotten. Take care. Bye-bye for now. Take care.
In the void, where the warp winds howl, a fleet once noble, now destined to fall. Grave wardens stir, betrayal takes shape, Typhon's whispers sealing their fate. Navigators lost to the shadowed lie, a fleet adrift beneath a darkened sky. The warp's cruel grasp, unyielding and tight, chaos awaits in the endless night. Whispers of power, a pestilent tide, Mortarion's pride, with nowhere to hide. The destroyer plague, a grim reward, Nurgle's laughter echoes aboard. Bound by decay, they rise in his name. The Death God transformed, never the same. Plagueborn sons with torment they bled, shambling forth where angels fear to tread. Mortarion stands, his sons by his side. Through agony storm, their oaths collide. Grandfather's hand, the pact is sealed. The Legion reborn, their fate revealed. Lies in the armor, rot in the soul. A Primarch remade, his heart grown cold. In terror shadow, their war drums beat. Pestilent warriors, no chance of retreat. Through breach and ruin, their banners fly. With death's embrace, they'll never die. The Lion's Gate, where hope was torn. Dragon's blade meets the Plagueborn. Bound by decay, they rise in his name. The Death God transformed, never the same. Plagueborn sons with torment they bled, shambling forth where angels fear to tread. Typhus herald, chaos born, Mortarion's wrath, the plague sworn. In the warp, their legacy thrives, eternal servants where corruption lies. Mortarion's fall, Typhus ascends, the Death God song, it never ends.